Hello. I think it's funny once I finish the freaking just SMG4 reaction, I get another reaction that pops up, and this is my first time playing D&D, another video that I could do. And this one's just shy of 18 minutes. It's definitely a long video. Let's just get into it.
Dungeons and Dragons is like a board game without the board, and you play using your imagination. If you think
Pretty
of
much.
something, it can just happen in game. D&D is very popular.
Pretty much,
Almost
actually.
everyone I've ever met absolutely loves it, and I have never played it before, even though I always thought I would really like it. People would tell me stories of their games, like, so this one time me and my party were entering a cave, and there was a big ogre guarding some treasure, but I used my charisma stat to seduce him,
Shrek.
and we ended up eloping together. Dude, if you don't think that sounds crazy
Okay.
fun, then I don't think we would get along, and you should probably unsubscribe.
Wow.
But if you do think that sounds fun, then hey. Sorry, I've never done that before. It felt weird.
Oh,
I decided
yeah.
to reach out to Charlie, aka
It's-
Slimesicle, aka Charlie Slimesicle, because he's super
Okay.
into D&D, and we ended up forming a little group of me, Alpharad, Ronbu as the players, and Charlie
Nice.
as the Dungeon Master, which is like the game organizer slash manager slash god. We all created
Pretty
our
much how the game will
characters, and
go.
into the world we were teleported.
Yep.
The clouds part over a vast, lush forest. In it, a giant ancient oak tree can be found looming over all the other trees. The inside has been hollowed out, and a sign hangs on the side reading Old Oak Inn. Inside,
Okay.
many creatures of various origins are relaxing, drinking, socializing, but one stands out.
Oh.
A cat, equipped with various instruments,
cat.
sits at a table, leaning over their cup of milk and scanning the room. They spot a dragonborn drinking at the bar, alone,
Okay.
seemingly pondering life.
Sad.
From the other end of the bar, a man in a suit approaches the dragon and starts a casual conversation. Do you know Mark? No, I don't. Who are
Okay.
you? I'm Paul. I'm an assistant manager at Ye Old Mart of Wall. 43 years
just
old.
realized
My wife
the
passed
giant
away
character.
during childbirth. My
Oh,
parents
wow.
died, and my only child, Paul Jr., ran away at age 6. I'm living a
Wow.
deadbeat life, not even able to go up in the corporate ladder because my manager, Mark, prevents me from doing so. So here I am,
Jeez.
drinking away my woes.
Oh, damn. That's sad.
I'm Zoo. Hi, excuse me. Are you two new around here? You're right. I wish I was. Okay.
Damn.
So I've been stuck in a time loop for what I believe to be the past 3 years. I've relived
Wow.
the same day over and over. I suspect my neighbor Thomas somehow trapped me here, but I don't know.
Oh,
how to
really
escape.
now? Oh, really?
I can prove it. Look, over there. In about
Oh,
5
can you
seconds,
now?
There's a 70% chance a waiter is going to trip and drop their glasses onto the ground.
You think? Would they? Oh, Jesus.
Well, alright, it's a bit impressive, but, like, it's gonna take a bit more convincing because that wasn't all that. Suddenly, a sheep
Oh, gosh.
crashes through
A
the cupboard
sheep.
windows and starts rampaging around the inn. It's going straight up crazy, knocking over tables, knocking over people. Paul mentions it's got something in its mouth, and the sheep immediately stops and runs straight up to him. As Paul takes what seems to be a scroll out of the sheep's mouth, Zoot whips out their mace in an attempt to pepper spray the sheep, but slips
Wow.
out a puddle of rum and accidentally sprays Paul, who just is disappointed at this point. The three open the scroll, and
He's
Zoot,
really
recognizing
depressed.
It's a speak with animals spell, translates it, casting a
Oh.
huge shockwave and blasting everything in its radius.
Can't think of what that music is from. I've heard it though.
Hello? Can you understand me now?
Yes.
Why the f did you try to spray my face? Zoot and the sheep start
Oh,
bickering
blah, blah, blah,
as
blah.
Paul and Tholomew just stare at them. Just
Tholomew.
forget it. I'm no ordinary sheep. I used to be human and was
Oh,
cursed
really now?
into a sheep's body. My name
Damn.
is Luop, and I need your help becoming human again. Please. Alright, Lop.
Please.
Well, it's Luop. Come on, guys, let's go. And for some reason, they all went along with it, still not
She's like,
understanding
fine.
what the hell is going on. Maybe, they both thought, they could find their arch enemies, Mark and Thompson, along the
Maybe.
way. The group is walking through the woods. Tholomew is very on edge, feeling like something isn't quite right. The tree line is shifting in unnatural ways. Oak trees are turning into birch. The bushes are rustling. Zoot spots various random animals along the path and picks up a turtle, which they add to
Ooh.
their inventory. Paul tries to pocket a turtle of his own, but it turns out to be a rock and is
Damn.
mauled by a cougar. He ends up unharmed,
Poor-
though his adventure suit he changed into is now ruined. Zoot feels bad about Paul
Aw,
not getting a turtle, so
poor
they
Paul.
offer to let Paul name theirs, to which he chooses Paul Jr. They eventually
Paul
reach a
Jr.
clearing with a large stone
It's
outcrop
kind of sweet, but
covered in
that's sad
gray,
actually
shifting
thinking about it.
ruins. Carved into a stone is a large bronze door with a face on it. Hello.
Legend of Hidden Temple.
Try to impress it. Oh, okay.
Answer me riddles 3, and then you can come in. I'm a riddle door. The alphabet goes from A to Z, but I go from Z to A. Or am
The alphabet backwards.
Wow.
I? The answer was zebra.
Zebra.
I move without wings, between silken strings. I leave as if a vine, substance.
I'm gonna say a spider. 'Cause
A
they got
spider.
The butt strings.
Bruh. Wow.
Wait, but can you turn our friend back?
Oh yeah, double or nothing. Answer this next riddle, and your friend will be turned back.
Poor Paul.
And wrong with no eyes, legs, or ears, but I could move the earth with my ears. What am
Trying to
Can you
think.
use it in a sentence?
I? Answer to the question?
Yeah, like spelling bee style.
Nice try, but you're not gonna worm your way out of this.
Damn.
I think I picked up on it. I don't know if you noticed, but he said worm on accident. I'm very detail oriented.
Don't listen to him, he's a zero.
Wow.
Paul Jr., what do you think the answer is? Turtle. Turtle, final answer. It's a worm.
Correct.
Thank God.
The adventurers walk through.
Don't
the
listen to
room,
Paul
which closes
Jr.,
behind
man.
them. As they're walking into an open room, they're greeted by a closed silver door. Zoot immediately pitches the turtle at the door.
Wow.
But nothing happens.
Poor
There's
Paul
3
Jr.
dishes of clay placed in front of 3 pedestals, and the door
Dude,
face
that's
emerges
it's
once
something.
again. This time on the ceiling.
In order to
Oh, come on.
create whatever you want.
Not wanting to deal with more riddles, Zoot throws a dagger into the door's eye.
Fine, I'm not helping you with this one.
The group,
Wow.
now lost with no direction, decides for some reason to all start eating the clay, even
What?
feeding some to Paul Jr. and Wop against their wills. After all the
Poor
clay
guy.
has been consumed, the pillars glow red and more clay drops down from the ceiling, resetting the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Out of ideas,
Yeah.
they decide to do what the door face suggested. Tholomew sculpts a crown, Zoot rolls out a worm, and Paul builds a penguin. They all place their creations
Penguin.
on pedestals, which sink in and beam green before the lights turn out and everything goes dark. They flash back on and suddenly all their creations have come to life in weird
Oh,
clay
God.
flesh bodies. Paul cleaves at his penguin with his great axe, nearly
Wow.
cutting it clean in half, revealing that the inside is just more clay. The worm
Yeah.
monster looks at Zoot and says, "It's wormin' time!" causing
Wormin'
him to
time.
scream and sending a shockwave towards it, immediately exploding the worm and splattering clay everywhere, living
Ew.
as a normal-sized worm now. The worm lunges and wraps itself
Oh.
around Zoot's throat,
Oh,
trying
God.
to choke them out. Tholomew
Oh,
rips
God.
the arms off the crown monster and
Wow.
dodges its follow-up attack. The penguin reforms itself,
Yeah, dodge.
sprints full speed at Paul, but slips and splats into a pile of clay on the ground, to which
Wow.
Paul finishes off with his axe. Meanwhile,
Mhm.
Tholomew attempts to rip the legs off the crown, only for the crown legs to turn into arms, grabbing
Oh,
Tholomew
God.
and climbing onto their head, causing them to lose their mind, viewing the other party members as enemies. Paul shifts
Oh,
his
God.
attention to Tholomew, throwing his great axe horizontally at the crown. Unfortunately, it goes a bit low and the handle smacks Tholomew directly in the face. Zoot gets a grip on the worm, ripping
was
it off
funny.
his throat, and breathes acid onto it until it's reduced to ash. Tholomew blows on their bagpipes to attack Paul, sending out a thunderous shockwave that shakes the cavern. Paul is able to hold his ground, runs up to the two, and successfully cleaves the crown off Tholomew's head.
Nice.
All the clay monsters have been defeated. The silver
Nice
door
job.
opens, and everyone cheers together in celebration. The adventurers enter the new room to be greeted by wooden structures, spiral staircases,
Poor Tholomew.
platforms, and a golden door at the very back wall. It looks like a
Ooh.
camp is set up inside the area, and voices can be heard above
Looks
on
like-
one of the platforms. Tholomew scans the area looking for traces of
Oh
the
my
neighbor,
God.
Thompson. Not only do they discover a pack of goblins that have inhabited the area,
Interesting.
but he also recognizes a familiar boot print in the clay. It's
Ooh.
the same type Thompson wears. He's been here. Paul climbs
Oh.
up to the goblin platform and sparks conversation. The goblins are confused and a bit wary of the intruders,
You're
but
confused
introduce
now.
themselves
How?
nonetheless.
I'm Gob. That's Glob. That's Gobble. That's Gobble Gob.
Gobble gob.
The peeler.
Peeler.
And who's that?
That's Bloyle.
So your names are Gob, Glob, Gobble, Gobble Gob, Peeler, and Boyle.
The
Dop.
So your name is the Peeler. You don't know anything about Mark or Thompson.
I only know about one thing. And that's peeling. Yeah. Great, Mary.
Oh, jeez. Okay, all right, we're leaving. Paul starts booking it to the door they came in through. The Peeler right on his tail, stabbing
Oh my
his
God.
ankles.
Ah.
They're not doing or saying anything, they're just watching. Paul makes
Yeah,
it back to the
so-
previous room, and the Peeler slinks into the shadows. With Paul in the other room and Tholomew and Zoot unable to speak Goblin, Tholomew is left trying to communicate through improvised sign language, pointing at the door and blowing kisses at the goblins to signal peace. Zoot tries to slip around the goblins in the meantime, as communication is clearly not working and the goblins are only getting more aggressive, but they bump into an invisible force they can't see, alerting the goblins, who are now initiating combat. Zoot decides to keep running to the door as Tholomew bangs on their drums, sending sound shockwaves at the attacking goblins. Gob, Glob,
Interesting.
and Gobble are all sent flying off the edge of the platform, falling to their deaths. Gobble Gob,
Wow.
in a fit of rage after
Gobble
losing his
Gob.
friends, lunges at Tholomew but misses completely, sending himself off the edge of the platform too. The Peeler
Bye.
emerges from the shadows to lunge at Tholomew, who is taking up Loyal, but Paul jumps in just in time, clashing blades with him. As everyone is distracted, Zoot gets to the door, peeking in to see an entirely golden room with a small golden rod shaped like a tree branch floating at the center. The branch
Oh,
shifts between
I was gonna say, it
valuable
looks like a-
materials, at one moment being made of gold, then emerald, and ruby. Gobble
Huh,
Gob, the goblin
okay.
that accidentally dove off the side of the platform, sprints back up the stairs and attempts to tackle Tholomew off the platform.
Did he
but
jump off again?
accidentally leaps over him and plummets once again over the edge, this
Bye-bye.
time to his demise. Paul and Tholomew perform a clumsy team attack together and finish off the Peeler, ending the battle, but
I'm
because
loving
of
this
the
so far. It's so
uncoordinated
funny.
attack, Paul's axe is now peeled. They all
Aw.
hurry over to Zoot and enter the golden room together, trying to figure out
It's still
how to get
split, the
artifact
ads. It
down.
still is.
Zoot suggests they all toss Slop into the air to get it down. So Paul Solongi Bowser's the sheep into the air,
Slog
but
it.
in the complete opposite direction. Tholomew
Oh.
quickly runs over and breaks his fall, and before Lop can say anything, they throw him again, this time hitting their target as they both fall to the ground. No one stops Lop's fall this time as he lays motionless on the floor. As Tholomew is healing up Lop, Zoot approaches the wand, only for it to be snatched by an invisible force. An
Wow.
unseen figure then reveals itself. Well, hey there, neighbor. Oh, and Paul. It's me,
Oh, and Paul.
your good friend, Mark Thompson. Tholomew, you ruined my life, spreading false rumors about me. You said I cursed you, and now no one wants to talk to me. My wife and kids left me, everyone avoids me, so I spent years becoming a dark wizard, and I'm gonna
Wow.
have my revenge.
Wow,
What
Mark.
about me? And you, Paul. Anyway, yeah! You all are going
Yeah.
to spend the rest of your lives here in this shifty sanctum. I'll be going now.
Wow.
Tholomew quickly casts Locate Object on the wand Mark is now holding and throws ink in the general direction, hoping to reveal where Mark is. But unfortunately,
Okay.
it doesn't land. Zoot
Damn.
sprints in the direction Tholomew indicated and attempts to tackle the air. They make contact, but bounce off of Mark's rock-solid beer gut, breaking the invisibility spell. Tholomew
Nice.
whips out their drums, slamming it with the intent to cast a thunderwave on Mark, sending him flying from the impact. Zoot follows behind and casts Depression! Cast it from
Depression.
the handstand.
Oh.
He stops in his tracks, facing Zoot, and says, I'm so sad, having never dealt with depression before. He pulls out a picture of his ex-wife and kids and just stares at it longingly. Paul and Tholomew see their chance to attack.
The
him
world's
and once
smallest
again try to
violin.
use an ultimate team attack. They grip Paul's peeled axe together and throw it in tandem at Mark. But once again, they mess up, and Tholomew's axe
I like how half.
flying with the axe as it pierces Mark's chest. Mark is unfazed, still wallowing in his depression, but Zoot
Damn.
sees this as an opportunity, casting disguised self and visually turning themselves into Mark's ex-wife. Ella, is that you? It is. Mark. Mark drops the photo and wand, sobbing, and slowly walks towards Zoot, who has their arms out, ready for his embrace. He grabs Zoot and pulls them close, tears streaming down his face.
Damn.
It's been so hard. It's okay. I'm here now.
Even though you still look like
Zoot
a monster.
pulls back just a bit, just to look into Mark's eyes, which are sparkling with tears, and proceeds to acid blast him point blank from the mouth.
Pretty much. Pretty
Mark is
much.
heavily damaged but alive, snapping back to reality and throwing Paul's axe
Snap
to the
back
ground.
to reality.
I can't have the wand. No one can. Paul picks up one part of his peeled axe. Looks like the manager position just opened up. He
That was
throws the
really
axe
good,
and
though.
hits Mark, but doesn't kill him. He then picks
Huh.
up the other peeled axe part to throw as well, but it boomerangs around and
What?
hits the back of the head.
What?
Grabs the wand from the
Okay.
ground and points it at Mark. This is for everything. The low tax return, the restraining order, for moving in next to me. You're my personal hell.
You're my personal hell.
Turns to Paul while being zapped by the wand. Would you still let me be your manager, even if I was
A worm? Okay.
You're fired. You guys did it!
Nah.
Please, use the wand to turn me back into a human. Please! Tholomew
Please.
casts the wand's powers on Talop, finally turning him back into his original form. Paul and now human Luop lock eyes. Hi, Dad.
What?
Paul Jr.
Wha-
Is that you?
Wow.
Oh, Paul and his long-lost son, Paul Jr.
Clever.
embrace. The wand,
That's actually
now
clever.
all out of magic, crumbles into dust, and the party exits the cave. The
Uh-oh.
bomb is detoned, and the explosions erupt behind them as the group walks off.
Badass.
Thanks for watching. This was a different type of video, but I hope you
It
enjoyed
was.
Especially
I do
thanks
like
to
it.
Charlie, Ronbu, and Jacob for the great D&D session. It was super fun,
Indeed.
and I really want to play more. I'd like to upload highlights of the actual D&D session to my second channel eventually, but
Nice.
not ready yet because I'm
Okay.
bad at planning. So maybe that'll
All
happen
good.
one day. Anyway, this was a big project. Thank you to the team as always, and to Sir Meow for the sound effects. Links to everyone are in the description. Okay, I will see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was actually really cool. I really did enjoy that a lot. Honestly, I do like D&D. It's an interesting, it's cool. I don't really play it very much though, but I do think it's really cool and kind of enjoyable. And this is definitely a different type of video. And honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing more of these, just like these little animated kind of D&D kind of sessions or whatever. Because honestly, D&D is an interesting game, but at the same time, if people have done like videos and stuff, honestly, I think animated would be really cool. But yeah, thanks everybody for checking us out. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications to miss out on any new videos. Thanks for supporting the channel. Besides that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.